Hey guys, Weep here. Welcome back to another video by VarietyMMOs. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew when I first started playing pso2. These tips will help you in a lot of ways and prevent you from making a lot of mistakes that I made when I first started playing the game. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is fashion. So you'll notice here that I am wearing a pinkish outfit, and this is made simply of two parts, which we'll go and look at now. So a common mistake that many people make is that they get a pair of wings or a general piece of outfit that doesn't appear to be very good. However, if you go to the store located over here and go into enter selling, you're able to adjust just about anything. For example, you can change your hair, you can change your eyes, your eye color, you can change the eye and shape. For example, if we go to load, go down to here, load character data. So you'll notice this is just a different form. These things on the back here are these things that I have here on the front. I've just made them bigger, changed their direction and the way they're facing. So you can make drastic changes. As you can see here, the wings are also the same as the wings from here. A completely different looking outfit just by changing a couple of things, which are completely free. Please note that there are some things that do cost pass or money. In here, for example, if it has an icon beside it, it does cost. But as you can see here, like eye colors, makeup, hairstyle, just about anything but actual changes to your hair color and body itself are free. So you can come in here and change your character as many times as you want. And honestly, the possibilities in pso2 for outfits is pretty much endless. Okay. So the second thing we're going to be talking about is your collection sheets. So the collection sheets are basically a mission that tells you to go do X amount of missions or kill X amount of mobs. And when you complete these, they will drop items for you. Something that a lot of people get incorrect is that they think that they're going for one item. So let's go and talk to the NPC. So the NPC is over here, which is print. So let's go to collection and open it up. So here is your collection items. So for example, let's click on Jenga and go to confirm sheet. So as you can see, I've completed the Jenga egg. What many people think is that I need to do all these things to get the Jenga egg. But since Jenga's egg's complete, let's look at a different one to make more sense. So you would think, hey, I'm going to get the violet egg if I get all these three. But that's not quite how it works. For example, if you go here, it says up here, doing emergency quest will get you this item here. And go across here, do expeditions to get the spirit cookie. Down here, kill this enemies to get the stamina cookie. And then hand them in to get the violet egg. But actually, you get these items dropped on the ground and you get to keep them. But once you've successfully gotten these three as a drop, you also get the violet egg on top. So this is a good way of getting your main item that you're actually after and the little items that are actually in the sheets if you want those. So it's something to always be doing, is always coming back and checking these because they do change and they are quite important. Okay, so next up would be your class trainer. So every class has a class trainer located here in the main lobby. The class trainer that I will be talking about is the summoner, which is located right here. However, most of the class trainers are either around this little hump here, or you run up to the platform here and jump up, and you'll see class trainers located over there and over there. So let's go back to the summoner class trainer. So the class trainer will have a bunch of quests that will teach you how to play your class, but not only that, some of them are better than others. For example, the summoner one, I can complete this quest, and then once it's complete, I can go back and complete it again. Because as you can see, this one's complete, and I can keep doing it repetitively. It's based on a timer, either weekly or daily, but if you can keep completing these, you can get more pancakes, for example, or more items for your candy box. So it's actually really, really, really important to keep a close eye on your class trainer. Okay, so this one may not seem as important at first, but honestly, one of the best tips that you could probably get in the game. So, when you go to accept a mission, let's go over to an NPC. One of the most confusing things in the game is you're going to come up to an NPC with all these client orders, which basically say, go kill X mob. But you're going to be like, well, where are these mobs? Like, It's really, really confusing, honestly, and the interface is not the best. But the best way to do this is by clicking the back bumper on your controller to go sideways. And as you can see, now I can see where they're located. So now I can see, for example, these 3 quests around runes. So I just go to the NPC that lets me the missions and go straight to runes. This is extremely helpful because it works on all NPCs, including the daily NPC, to tell you exactly where to go for all of your missions and will save you a lot of time in the long run. Combined with that tip is also using the same button on your inventory. So if you go into here and go to store item, for example, or even withdraw item, you can hold down the back trigger button and scroll down or click down, and now I can withdraw all those items at once. You can use the same with depositing, so you can withdraw, deposit as many items as you want in one go rather than doing it one by one, which many new players do, and it really does cost you a lot of time when you're trying to do missions. Okay, so let's talk about client orders from Coffee. So Coffee here is probably the most important NPC in the entire game. So let's go up and talk to Coffee. So Coffee has a bunch of quests that become available as you level up. So when you first talk to Coffee, you're not going to see all of these quests. However, the reason that Coffee is so important is because Coffee opens up parts of the game. For example, Coffee will open up higher difficulty levels, will give you the weapon palette, the sub palette, basically more abilities, will give you your mag, will give you your auxiliary course, which is really good. Make sure that you come here and complete all these missions because I'll teach you about the game and unlock features of the game which would otherwise be locked if you don't talk to Coffee. Okay, let's talk about titles. So, every time you do something in the game, you're going to generally get a title. And the title keeper is located over here. Now, I personally don't have any titles to accept right now, but as you can see here, all these titles that are named are ones that I've already received. Not only do you get an epic set of wings here at 300 titles, but every time you complete a title, you get a reward. For example, here, for acquiring 200 titles, I got a try boost 100% times 4. And up here, I got a try boost 100% times 3. So every title that you complete will give you items like XP bonuses, other really good items for upgrading your gear. So you don't necessarily have to title hunt as per se. But when you're just playing the game, you will unlock a lot of titles. So make sure you come back here and check regularly for your boosts. Okay, so mag. So you'll notice this little flying thing around behind me. And you may see a lot of guides on YouTube talking about mag this, mag that. I've personally looked at 3 of them and they were not exactly correct. So I'm a little bit worried that people will make this mistake. Is that mags are very important because they can do a lot of things and they'll be unlocked through Coffee and through the NPC over there. Okay, so mags here, I've brought a couple extras, but what's important to know here is that the base stat here, for example, melee level 154, this stat counts as a character's base stat. And this base stat is used to equip weapons. So if you do this correctly, for example, you could equip a weapon that a level 75 should be using at the end game on a level 30 character because you have the base stats for the mag. I'll talk more about this in a complete mag video because it is quite complicated and there's a lot of extras to it. But if you don't know what you're doing, I strongly recommend that you just don't put points into your mag because you could really mess it up. Not only in the way of putting too many different points in there like this one here, but putting the wrong points in for your class. Okay, so let's talk about gathering and runecrafting. So when you are located here on the controller, you can hit select and go to Franca's Cafe. If you are on PC or do not have a controller in general, you can come over here and go through this menu over here. And we're going to go to Franca's Cafe. So Franca's Cafe is something that you should be learning pretty early on and will be included in the leveling guide. However, the reason you want to come here pretty early on is because it offers you rings and the ability to gather. And gather works on a timer. So your energy that you use to gather recharges fully every 6 hours. So the sooner you start it, the sooner you can do it. So in here you have Sophia. Sophia will basically give you your basics of gathering So just focus on Sophia first and get all her missions done. Once you've done that, you then want to keep looking at Yerks to see if you have the items to offer him. Like these items here, because as you can see, they give you 100,000 mess each, which is worth quite a bit of money. So just make sure that you come here and at least complete the tutorial and do a bit of gathering until you have a better idea of what you're doing. Okay, so let's talk about dailies. So let's go back to the other menu. So there are two types of dailies that initially could be quite confusing. One you have to accept and one you do not. First off, let's talk about the dailies that you do not need to accept. So the dailies that you do not need to accept would be called ARC missions, I believe. So if you click start on the controller and you click X, you'll see here that you have ARC missions. These are missions that are automatically given to you and do not need to be accepted. Let's go into the daily missions. You'll notice here that I don't have any. But if you go over here to already received, these are the ones that I've done for today. So the way to combine these, the fastest way to do these is you need to do a super hard expedition. You need to complete a daily order. You need to have a drink, a booster, and clear all daily missions. So how this works, the fastest way to do it is you will get a 50% XP boost or some kind of boost that you don't really care about and use it in the ARC ship. That will fill one requirement. To fulfill every other requirement, what you're going to want to do is go to the daily offers and accept these top 3 quests. These 3 right here. Once you've accepted these 3 quests, you're going to go into here. You're going to go to main, you're going to go to recommended, and you're always going to go to the very top one. Then you're going to go to super hard, accept the quest, and then you're going to go in. The reason you're doing the recommended and the super hard is because above level 50, it does require super hard. So you have right now used a 50% XP boost or whatever else. Come over here, get a basic drink, and then go on and do the mission. Once you've done the mission, you will come out and you will have completed all of these dailies, and you will have completed those 3 dailies that you accepted at the counter. So go hand in the daily counter and hand in your missions by pressing X and start and X, and you will get a chunk of XP and a chunk of gold just by completing the missions. And honestly, unless you get unlucky, most missions are done in about 5 minutes flat. Okay, so that's the basics of dailies and your ARC missions. So let's talk about the casino. So the casino offers a quest that is kind of hidden but extremely helpful. So let's go in here. So here's the casino. So the casino has an NPC that offers a really basic quest that offers you a trigger. Now you're probably thinking, well, what's a trigger? A trigger is basically you enter a mission, and when you're entering the mission, you offer the trigger as a sacrifice, and the trigger will make a boss spawn. When this boss spawns, you kill the boss for a rare item, a chance at a rare item of a pink badge. So let's go into here. So this is the quest right here. It's defeat Neon and the Mysterian Shooter. So it's just basically a little brown guy running across the screen. So come up to these and just jump on the Master Shooter and shoot the brown guy that's running around. And when you do, you will get a mission complete, and you will come back and grab the trigger. So the trigger is used on the very first mission, which is located. So if you go to main sub quest, advanced quest, forest, super hard, accept quest, and then right here you can select the trigger, and you can put the trigger in. And then when you put the trigger in, you can go in there as a 12-man, and you're going to go complete the boss. So please note here that you're going to want to do this with other people who have triggers as well, so you can run multiple times, because there's only a chance of getting the trigger, so getting the item that you're after, so you need to do it multiple times. So let's go back to the shopping area. So let's assume that you have 12 people in your guild, everybody has a trigger. You're going to run the trigger 12 times by changing party leaders, and then by the end you're going to hope that you have 10 pink badges. I'm now going to go show you what the pink badges actually give you. So the pink badges are used up here, and what they'll do is they will give you a good item that you can either sell or wear as a really good piece of armor until you get something better. So go up to here, go to exchange badge, ARC's badge pink. So as you can see in here, you have 3 different body pieces that you can have, and they do have good stats. So here you need 10 of them, this one you need 4, this one you have 2. I personally would recommend the 10 because it has more stat lines and it's overall more powerful. However, that's kind of up to you. And if you don't really want to wear it, you can sell it. It also has a nice green effect that a lot of people like, and it does sell for a pretty penny. Okay, so that covers the 10 things I wish I knew. I hope these tips do help you get a better start in pso2 than I unfortunately had. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.